Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for our weekly track roundup. I give my thoughts on a bunch of songs that have dropped over the past week or so, whether I loved them or hated them or felt somewhere in between. All my thoughts, all my opinions here in this video. The tracks that I talk about linked down below so you can check them out for yourself. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Also linked down below, as usual, of course, is our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from it if you buy some records, some turntable stuff. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Also, our Patreon page gets some extra bonus monthly content while supporting us in the process. That would be great. That would be nice. Access to our Discord community too. And our YouTube Shorts page, which is growing by the week. Sweet. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Great. Yeah. Okay. Well, with all of that out of the way, without any further ado, let's talk about these tracks. Worst tracks of the week, we have a handful of those. They are as follows. Bam! Number one, we have this new one from NLE, Choppa, and Lil Wayne, Ain't Gonna Answer. The mixing on this is horrible. You can barely hear the vocals, and on top of that, the beat is mid anyway, so why is it so loud in comparison to NLE and Wheezy? I want to hear them, not this mid-ass instrumental. So let's move on from there. We have this new one from The National, Eucalyptus, which is underwhelming and drab and boring like pretty much every single in the lead up to this upcoming National album. The band's music seemingly gets more and more lifeless every year. I am not shocked. Moving on from there, we have a new posthumous single from Juice WRLD. I wish they would stop releasing singles from him that are just not flattering toward his legacy. This somewhat pop-oriented cut is just far from one of his best, and I just don't think just shows him in a good light, despite the title over here. I just wish they would leave it be. And, you know, we have a lot of great music from Juice out and about. And, you know, we're not falling more in love with his stuff with the release of each very underwhelming single that, you know, is kind of being forced down our throats. And let's move on to the meh section. The tracks that I was not crazy about but still wanted to shout out, they are, of course, a new one from Swans over here. I very much have been looking forward to the release of a new Swans album for a while, especially since I thought their last full-length LP was just kind of decent from them. But I also thought that this song over here left something to be desired as well. It's a 9-minute monster, has that kind of linear progression style the band has been on for a while now. And while I think that the instrumentation sounds well mixed and balanced, the vocals sound nice, and the kind of whooping and somewhat zany background vocals do bring the track and vibe a distinct flavor, it doesn't really come to a very interesting crescendo or end point or anything. The progression after a while, I think, loses some steam, so I just kind of wanted more out of this in terms of, like, you know, build and direction ultimately at the end of the day. We have a new one from Rosalía over here, who I guess is recently announcing an engagement to Rauw Alejandro, which is cool, and they're celebrating their relationship with 3 new tracks, 3 new singles, BESO, VAMPIROS, and PROMESA. I'm just not really getting a lot of vocal chemistry off these tracks, honestly, and Rosalía, I don't think vocally is bringing her best to these cuts. If I'm, you know, sort of being frank and kind of comparing it to past vocal performances. I will say, though, VAMPIROS does have the best song and production of the bunch. So if you're looking for something that's kind of darker and on the moodier end, check out that one. I think that's the strongest of the bunch. But the other tracks, I could kind of take or leave. We have a new one from Black Metal Legends, Immortal, War Against All title track. Kind of sounds like a very standard black metal affair, blast beats, tremolo guitars, and all, but it is very ferocious in terms of performance. And it is wintry, it's dark as hell, and pretty grating and evil sounding. Very high fidelity production on this track too. We have a new one from Hit Boy and Nas off of Hit Boy's latest full-length LP that just came out now. It's got a lot of different features on it. It's kind of, you know, one of those producer curated projects where you have a lot of different appearances from a variety of different artists in the mix. And again, we have Nas on this cut. The Tide is the title. It's got a pretty low-key instrumental, some, you know, cool verses traded between Hit Boy and Nas. Nas. It's not bad. It's laid back. It's kind of heady, kind of jazzy. We have also one from Black Thought and El Michael's Affair, KIRBY in the mix on this track too. Glorious Game is the title. It's laid back. It's jazzy. It's got a good vocal feature. Black Thought bars on bars on bars on bars on bars. One of the most fiery cuts he's been on? No, not necessarily, but still quality all the same. And we have Palisades, California, brand new cut from the Alchemist, Larry June, who he has a project coming out with. Big Sean in the mix as well. And yeah, this one's pretty low key too. Not a whole lot of bite to it. Sean has a few cute bars on the back end, but not a lot of fire on this cut, in my opinion. Pretty middle of the road. All right, best tracks of the week. We have a handful of those. They are as follows. Bam. We have a new one from Water Spirit. This new Eternity EP is some really great, fast, hard-hitting hardcore techno. It's energetic. It is colorful. It's wild as hell. And the title track I would love to point you guys to. We have a new one from Off over here, kind of a, cool little post recently released album track. The cut over here is Keep Your Mouth Shut. It's kind of heavy. It's kind of scuzzy, just like a lot of tracks off of Free LSD where it's a really good hardcore punk. We have also Linkin Park Meteora 20th Anniversary Edition coming out very soon. We have another unreleased track that's dropped from that. This one actually kicks freaking ass. The title of it is Fighting Myself. It's kind of got a classic, Linkin Park sound to it, of course. We have a new one from this band that is on the come up right now, Geese. 3D Country is the name of the track, and it's really, really good quality indie rock with some vocals that are quite eccentric, long song structure, cool progressions to it as well. You can really kind of get whipped up in it. Loving what the band is doing, and looking forward to hearing more from them for sure. We have a new one from Frost Children over here. High Five is the title. Each single, each teaser to their forthcoming full-length LP gets more and more interesting. This one is a very wild left field electropop, I would say, with some very out there vocals. Loving it, loving it, loving it. They are totally off the wall. Liking this new one from Flow, Fly Girl, Missy Elliott in the mix on this track. If you really kind of like that Y2K era R&B, you're going to love what Flow is doing. We recently covered a project that they did. I think it was one of the better, shorter releases of last year. And this new single over here with Missy on it is quality too. We have Dev Lemons over here with kind of a softer, more dynamic cut. Almost like ballad-like, but it's kind of got a very quirky left field pop beat to it. The vocals are great. I feel like the Dev is really kind of picking up things on the vocal end on some of her latest cuts. The title of the track over here is Dizzy Vision, and the switch-ups in the beat are so wild, it probably will leave you a bit dizzy by the time that it's over. All right, we have a title track from Scaring the Hose, the brand new project from JPEGMAFIA and Danny Brown. Loving that as well. Not going to talk too much about the track, as I am planning on reviewing it very soon. And also the opening track, Up Song, to the new live record from Black Country New Road, live at Bush Hall. Loving that as well. And this I will also be trying to review ASAP, so not too many thoughts on the track beyond that. But weekly track roundup, everybody. Weekly track roundup. Those are the tracks. Those are the recommendations. You're the best. Mwah. Love you. Hopefully you got some songs that you enjoyed thrown into your pocket on this video, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Cool? Cool. Anthony Fantano, weekly tracks roundup forever.